Hello, everyone. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. All right. This is going to be a good one today, you guys, on Unwrapped. But first, let me just say hello. My name is Sari. I am the creator of Food Business Success. I help people start and grow their packaged food business dream. So if you have a delicious product that you make in your home kitchen and you want to launch it into the marketplace, you want to go to farmers markets or store shelves or Amazon or your own website, that is what Food Business Success is here for. It's what I do. I'm an expert. And I also work with folks who already have a product, and we do business coaching together to help you get to the next level. All right, so thanks for being here on Unwrapped. And today we are talking about something very timely. I've been talking to a couple colleagues. I do a lot of networking and things like that with other CPG folks, both service-based and in the industry, as well as people who have products. And you guys also know, some of you know that I have a farmers market as well. So this again is super timely topic. So we are talking about the issues with supply chain I'm not going to be an expert on all of the supply chain things that are happening by any means, but more importantly, we will talk about what the issue is, but more importantly, we need to talk about ways that you can seize the opportunity, that you can actually make this your best year, a great holiday season as a packaged food entrepreneur. And I see lots of opportunity for that actually. You might be like, I have no idea what she's talking about. How is that possible? But I actually think that there's tremendous opportunity for you to be really successful um, in that place that you're at. So let's talk about it. Let's jump in. So if you follow the news at all, or if you've tried to order anything significant, I am sure you are coming up against supply chain issues, right? This is something that, um, for various number of reasons, we are running into. I just ordered a couch and it's not going to be here until May. So, it's like 7 months later, I will get a couch that I've paid for, which is crazy, right? Crazy to me. Now, what we know is that it's a combination of perfect storm, unfortunately. So parts and materials we're having some issues over in China and short supply. Certainly COVID kind of created, I mean, we're still living with COVID, but those shutdown times created some log jams and backups. And now we also are combining that with labor being a huge issue, right? So shipping lanes are full. People are having trouble getting. There's not enough people to unload the shipping containers, and then once they finally do get unloaded, then there's not enough truckers available, and they're overworked. And because we all went to like delivery, right? And for very all these various reasons, right? And we're definitely seeing labor as a huge piece, some shortages in labor. If you've been trying to go out to eat or anywhere you go, right? It's like help wanted, help wanted. And part of me is like, I don't know where all the people went, but but this is what we're dealing with. So there's this like perfect storm that is going to affect us. It probably already is if you've been trying to buy a car or anything like a large purchase, washer and dryer machine or something like that, right? You are going to have long delays there. So in CPG world and consumer packaged goods, we are seeing similar issues. And probably the main things are the packaging. Both raw materials like glass is probably our biggest problem right now. Um, but it's also the shipping, right? The issues of like maybe there's plenty of the plastic or plenty of the pouches or things like that, but then it's the like getting the product to them and then getting the product to you. So definitely seeing some issues with shipping that's causing, packaging issues. Um, and then we have ingredients as well. I have a client who we needed concentrate, these raspberry juices, and there's a raspberry crop failure. And so now we have to figure out a different option, right? So no raspberries. So it could be a production issue, it could be a labor issue. That again, people are struggling finding labor. And then, of course, it's still the shipping issue too. So, I don't want to paint, too dismal of a picture, but that is what we're dealing with, and we're all going to start seeing inflation to some extent. I know some of the manufacturers that my clients are working with have already started to see price increases coming from their manufacturer, and so then you're passing along those costs, right? So us as consumers, when we're on the buying end, are all going to feel the effects of that. Um, and so, I have been reading things that say, like, for holidays, you need to like start buying those holiday if you want electronics or things like that. Um, the other thing that happens, which this happened right at the beginning of the pandemic, right? You think about the toilet paper situation. Very similar with packaging or products like um, CPG brands are sort of hoarding, buying up excess glass or excess packaging and kind of stockpiling that, which is understandable. But it actually, like, there wasn't an issue where there wasn't enough toilet paper being made. It's just that people went and bought way more than they needed. And so the supply chain couldn't keep up, and then we saw the shortages. So the same thing is happening with packaging and with ingredients to some extent. So, so what do we do? That's what's happening. This is the reality. First of all, I like to practice kind of a mantra that is not defeatist at all. I don't want you to think that this is a defeatist attitude, but this is something that as an entrepreneur and whenever we're in entrepreneurship, we're going to be dealing with risk and uncertainty. It is what it is, right? Like, these are things out of our control. We have zero control over packaging, getting that one specific packaging or like everything that's happening, right? So, using that phrase, it is what it is. What are the things that we can control? Let's focus on what we can control. And where I was looking up some quotes because I'm like, I know this is like super quote worthy here, but here's a couple of them for you. This is how I see um, your opportunity, right? So every problem, there is an opportunity, right? And you think about, at the beginning of COVID, I talked about this that um, many of the companies that are around came out of disruption. Some of the most successful brands and businesses came out of disruption in the marketplace, they saw, opportunities that wouldn't have been there without that disruption. So we are in the same boat. So every problem can be an opportunity. Practicing the sort of realistic, it is what it is. So now let's get to solutions, right? Let's not hang out in the lamenting and complaining about the current situation. It is what it is. We have no control over this. So, what a couple other quotes that I felt were very relevant. So every problem is an opportunity. Success is where preparation and opportunity meet. Okay. So if you think about that, and then the other quote I thought was really appropriate is necessity is the mother of invention. So you have two options, right? You can just be like, well, they're out of the packaging that I need. I can't do anything about that. So I'm just going to give up. Or I think where the opportunity is to be creative. And as a small packaged food brand, as a small business, you have so much more flexibility to be creative, to try different options. They may not be the ideal perfect option, but we can get it out into the world and you have so much more fluidity. If you think about a big brand, uh, I remember somebody telling me, one of my mentors saying, when Sargento Cheese wants to launch a new product, they have to launch it into millions of stores. But you, as a small packaged food brand, you just have your little bubble, right? And so you can make some pretty fast pivots and make decisions. And here's where I really see your biggest opportunity in the short term is that some people are going to get on, like, figure it out, like, see what's coming and start making those holiday purchases now, but many people won't. And then there's going to be delays and there's going to be all of this chaos, right? So when things are chaotic out in the world, then we have the opportunity to say, well, let's get local. Let's get hyper local. So if you are able to really focus in on your community and show up for them. So look for things like holiday markets, make your product super giftable. People are going to be like desperate for gifts, right? For unique gifts. And so put yourself in a position like to be in front of them. You might want to, again, this is that preparation piece, right? Success is where preparation, opportunity meet. So thinking ahead, like now, actually it was back in August, I did a video about getting ready for the holidays, but now we're in October. So if you haven't done it yet, get ahead of the holidays with your packaging, get packaging ordered. Now, I don't want you to be part of the hoarding problem if you can help it, but do plan ahead and think about what kind of packaging do you need and can you go ahead and place a larger order. Don't be waiting, like making small orders and then getting up against deadlines and then you're running out of packaging because it's not just the packaging, it's also the shipping, right? And getting it to you. We're dealing with a product that we need and it's like the one product to complete the whole thing and it's sitting at the company and they cannot get it out the door because it's like 200 pounds. So there are like no freight truckers that are coming and picking it up. So everything's getting delayed. But you, again, especially if you're making the product yourself, like really get ahead of this and be at a place where you can reach your customers. So I think holiday season, finding local markets. Can you find some holiday pop-ups? Is there a winter farmers market? Just really focusing on like hyper local. Are there ways that you can? Yes, your online presence is great, and that will help for sure. People as they're looking for gifts and looking for options that maybe they can't get what they need on Amazon, and so they need to go and find more local options, but we're still going to be having some shipping issues. So I don't want you to just totally count on like nationwide. I want you to really use this as an opportunity to say, how can I dig into my local community and really serve and be there for people? So it might be that you're getting on Facebook groups and you're talking about, your offerings, or you're trying to like really kind of penetrate the force field of the local community. Like, where are people hanging out? Where are they talking about this stuff? Where can you go and show up and serve? And I think when you're focusing on hyper local, then maybe can you offer local pickup, local delivery? Again, the last mile is what we're having. I mean, it's the shipping in general, but the last mile delivery is some of the hardest pieces. And so just opening your mind up, like asking better questions of like, how could I, maybe we create like a collective with some other food products or other vendors, other artisans, and we work together to do delivery days so that we're kind of sharing the load, or do a single pickup day. so people don't have to drive all around, right? So start getting creative and plan ahead. I am telling you, this is the time right now to invest in your product, to invest in some packaging, invest in good labels and that kind of thing. But you got to get it going now. Otherwise, you're going to be behind the eight ball on this. You do not want to wait until you're just right up against Thanksgiving or Christmas. So these issues are going to be around with us for at least, I mean, what I was reading today is probably spring of 2023. So this is not going anywhere. And we just need to get in front of it, right? Start getting creative. Really just start expanding your mind. What are the possibilities? How else could I package this? How else could I sell it? How else could I get it to people? And just start having some fun with it. But I think that there are a lot of opportunities for small brands to be really, really successful this year. So don't miss out on that. That is what I have for you today. And if there's any questions, you guys are welcome to type them in. I would love to take them, but I think this is such a good topic, very timely topic. And I just, want to recommend that you don't get sucked into the fear side of things. Like, we will get through this. Yes, we're going to all have to be more patient, right? And wait 8 months for a couch, and things are going to take longer, and it's okay. It's okay. And I know I have some clients that have been, understandably upset with shipping issues and things like that with their products and getting things out through Shopify and through UPS and all of that. And so now is the time to be letting your consumers know, your customers, that like things may take a little bit longer. And so let's manage the expectations of our customers now and get in front of it rather than waiting until they're hammering us because their expectations were too high. Anytime you're dealing with third party logistics and fulfillment, there's a lot, it's just messy. It's messy out there right now. And so it is what it is, not in a giving up way, but in a let's move forward from here. These are things beyond my control. What can I control? And how can I show up and how can I make this a great year as a small business? All right, you guys, thanks so much for joining me today on Unwrapped. Please be sure to go check out Food Business Success. The links are all down below. You can join us in the private Facebook group. We have over 500 members in there talking about CPG related topics, asking questions, and it's an amazing community inside there. So subscribe and make a comment below. Help people find our videos and help all the people start their packaged food business dream. All right, guys, until next time, have an amazing week.